So today I was going to talk about Sabhasvasita from Majjhima Nikaya, a very short sermon. Just very brief so you can try to remember certain things. After what is a difficult word to translate, we try to translate into English. Some people say it's outflows or fermentations or defilements. None of them are very satisfactory, but they're made of defilements, in fact, the closest. So the Buddha said in the beginning of Sutta, this destruction of the defilements is for one who knows and sees, not for one who does not know and does not see. So the way to get rid of these defilements, he enumerated 7 methods. The first of these is that by vision, by right understanding, and dasana, by seeing, literally. Basically, if we have the right understanding, the right view, it will reflect in a skillful way. If we hold the wrong view, have the wrong understanding, it will reflect in an unskillful way. If we reflect unskillfully, then the defilements increase. If we reflect skillfully, then the defilements will decrease. So what should we do? Think skillfully, yes. Right. So if we think, sometimes something happens to us, what have I done to deserve this? Yeah? We think this is unskillful thinking. We think, well, do I have a self? Do I not have a self? Did I exist in the past? Will I exist in the future? Like this, all kinds of unskillful reflections. The skillful reflection is, this is suffering. This is the cause of suffering. This is the cessation of suffering. And this is the right way to the end of suffering. This is skillful reflection. So when suffering arises, you don't think, what have I done to deserve this? You were born, this is suffering. So this is a life. When suffering comes, you think in a skillful way, how to remove the suffering. What is the cause? Why am I suffering now is the main thing. I'm suffering, why? Because I'm attached. How do I get rid of my suffering? I let go. This is the right way to get free from the defilements. One of the good stories to understand about this suffering that arises from unskillful thinking. You all know about the Jamin, King Saka, king of the Devas. In the previous life he was a Brahmin youth called Mogok, and he went to the village square to do his business, setting up his stall. And everywhere was messy, rubbish everywhere, so he cleaned up a place and he set out his stall in the market square and did his business for the day, and then at the end of the day he packed up and went home. The next day he went to the marketplace and somebody else had set up stall in the place which he cleaned yesterday. So what did he do? He didn't start arguing, oh, you're in my place. He just started cleaning another place, and he put up his stall there in the second place. Yeah? And he did his business. The next day he goes back and somebody's in the second place. So he didn't start arguing, oh, this is my place. What are you doing in my place? So this is what happens when we think unskillfully. You grasp onto things as mine. Yeah? So this is what I explained in the beginning of that sutta. By right vision, right understanding, not grasping onto things as self, not grasping onto things as a mind. Yeah? If we don't grasp at things, then we don't start to suffer. We just have to see, why am I suffering? Because somebody took my place? Because I'm attached to it. Yeah? It's the truth of suffering, right? The cause of suffering is attachment. Yeah? Because you think it's mine. So sakaya-ditti or self-view or personality belief, this is the main root cause of the suffering. If we don't grasp onto things with the self, thinking this is a mind, then there won't arise any suffering. It's difficult, yeah? It's difficult. We always identify with everything, every thought, every sound, every sight that we see, we think this is mind. Yeah? It's in nature, human nature. Second method is by restraint, samvara, restraining the mind if you don't see things which give rise to attachment or aversion, if you don't look at them, you don't listen to them, you restrain your mind from indulging in pleasure, or you restrain your mind from indulging in anger, you restrain your eyes, your ears, your mind, especially your mind, the samvara. Yeah? If you don't pay attention to those things which give rise to attachment won't arise. They won't have to get rid of it. Yeah? It is a skillful way. Don't get attached in the first place. Yeah? So this is samvara, restraint. And the third method is the pati sevana, making use of, using the four requisites. You eat food for the sake of nutrition, just to maintain your health. Yeah? So if you're hungry, eat. Yeah? If you're cold, put on some warm clothing. Yeah? These are the ways using the material requisites to avoid unnecessary suffering. Skillful use of the requirements of life. And the fourth method is the tolerance. If you can't get the right food, or you can't get the right clothing, then you have to tolerate. When you feel hungry, thirsty, yeah, you tolerate it. You don't allow your defilements to grow up. If you feel cold, you contemplate feeling cold. If you're too hot, then you contemplate the hot. You practice the kanti, your tolerance, patient endurance. This is the fourth method. The fifth method is avoidance. By avoidance, you try to avoid the people who will arouse defilements. If somebody is a very difficult, aggressive person, very ignorant, avoid them. Don't engage with them. Let them go their way and you go your way. That's the skillful means. If you know there's a dog which bites, don't walk down that road. This is the skillful means to avoid unnecessary suffering. The next method is dispelling. If sensual thoughts or angry thoughts arise in your mind, don't entertain them. Don't allow them to remain. Just dispel them, get rid of them. Don't be angry. Yeah? Something makes you angry, you say, oh, angry is not good. Get rid of it. I don't like it anyway, so why do I keep it? So this is the method of dispelling. Seventh method is the method of development, bhavana. To develop, we have to develop and cultivate the 7 factors of enlightenment. Bojanga, sati dhamma-vichya, sati mindfulness, dhamma-vichya investigation, virya effort or energy, piti joy. There's joy in Buddhism, not only suffering. There's joy. You listen to Dhamma, you all enjoy it. Dhamma talk. So this is piti, Dhamma piti. You listen, you enjoy it. And passaddhi, tranquility, contentment. Yeah? Your mind is not craving sensual pleasures, you're contented, you're very happy and peaceful. Passaddhi then, samadhi, concentration, and equanimity. So these, when we cultivate these positive, wholesome qualities, then this is the way to get rid of the afterwards, or the fermentations, or the mental defilements. When we cultivate these right mindfulness, right effort, investigation. Most important of these 7 factors is investigation. What is investigate? Dhamma which you investigate what? Investigating your mental process. What is this? Always ask the question, what is this? This is the one very beautiful thing about Buddha Dhamma. It's not belief. Do not believe anything. Yeah? Investigate. Is it true or not? Really investigate. Find out for yourself by direct experience. Is it suffering or not? You think, oh, pleasure, enjoying, doing whatever I want. You think that it's not suffering. But is it? Really investigate and see it's true or not. So Dhamma-vichya is the main factor by means of which we can gain insight. Not just for tranquility, peace of mind, but really investigating the root causes. So we want to know the causes which give rise to defilements and the causes which help to abandon them. Yeah? Cause and effect. Really understanding our mental process. Why do I get angry about this? Yeah? They're not worthy, not skillful. This is where, cultivating, the Buddha said in the beginning of the sutta, for one who knows and sees, for one who knows and understands, can destroy the defilements. One who does not know, does not understand, cannot destroy the defilements. So in order to understand properly how these defilements arise up, you have to use Dhamma. You have to investigate. Where does this come from? Why am I suffering now? Not, what did I do in the past life to deserve this? When you think it's unskillful, we don't know what we did in the past. We never know. And I think someone with a special power, they can know exactly what cause in the past gave fruit. But even if we do know, how does it help? Right? Say you're very poor, yeah? And then so you're still poor, aren't you? It doesn't really help to know the cause, yeah? You have to know the suffering in the present life, yeah? This is the most important thing. The more you are cultivating the 7 factors of enlightenment, can remove the defilement, yeah? So then we can enjoy the end of the suffering. So, I like, very short sentence, very simple things to remember. Just to reiterate, the satya, the feeling, right understanding, samvara, restraint, keeping your mind away from unwholesome states, and then patisevana, making use of the requisites, keeping clothing, keep warm, rather than turning up the heating and spending your money, put on some clothes, or do some exercise, some jogging, and tolerance. If you still feel cold after putting on all your clothes, then tolerate the cold. Patience, the avoiding the difficult people, avoiding the difficult situation, using your intelligence, and to avoid waiting for the bus, look at the bus timetable. It's avoiding trouble. If you don't just plan ahead, there's no trains on Sunday. I have to wait for 1 hour for the next train. There's only very few trains. So you look at the timetable and you know, the train comes at this time, you get to the station. In this country, usually it comes on time. This is avoidance of trouble, skillful means. And then when the mental defilements do arise, we don't allow them to remain, we dispel them, dispelling the defilements. And by cultivating the wholesome Dhamma, Sambhojanga, practice of enlightenment, then we keep the mind pure. So when the mind is purified, energetic, bright and skillful, it's very difficult for defilements to arise. Yeah? So, okay, that is the last for short discourse. 10 minutes.